Hello and welcome back to Gospel First. And today we're going to be focusing on 1 Timothy chapters 1 to 4. And this chapter actually leads to real change in your life and what keeps you busy without transforming you. Now, have you ever spent time on things that felt important, but deep down you knew that they weren't changing you? You learned more, you thought more, maybe even debated more, but inside you still felt the same. Well, that's frustrating. And it leads to a deeper question. What actually produces real spiritual growth? Well, let's find out. Well, Paul answers that question directly in 1 Timothy chapters 1 to 5. He says that the goal is love and a sincere faith. So right away, he resets the focus. It's not about knowing more, winning arguments, proving a point. It's about becoming something different. And then he warns us, and he says in verse 4, they devote themselves to myths. In other words, not everything that sounds spiritual leads you to Christ. Some things just distract you. Now, I remember a time when I was actually trying to figure everything out. I was reading more and studying more, and on the surface, it looked like growth. But I noticed something honestly uncomfortable. I wasn't becoming more patient. I wasn't becoming more loving. If anything, I was becoming more opinionated. And that was a wake-up call for me, because I realized knowing more is not the same as becoming more. And this is where Paul brings it back to Christ. In 1 Timothy chapter 1, verse 15, he says, Christ Jesus came into the world to save sinners. Now that includes Paul, it includes you, and it includes me. So the goal is not to impress God, it's to be transformed by him. Now picture someone who has spent years trying to prove themselves, trying to be enough, trying to get it right. And then Christ steps in, but not with pressure, not with disappointment, but with grace, and simply says, come back. And for the first time, they stop trying to prove and start becoming. Well, that's it for another day. Thank you for staying faithful to the journey. May the Spirit continue to fill your heart and draw you closer to Jesus Christ. Now, if your heart feels even a gentle nudge, I invite you to like, subscribe, and share so that we can spread the gospel of Jesus Christ together. And I'll see you next time as we continue our studies in the book of 2 Timothy, Titus, and Philemon, where we discuss what really matters at the end of your life. Until then, God bless.